36 years ago today, Operation Black Thunder witnessed the most holy site for Sikhs once again under siege by Indian forces. 4 years after the atrocities meted out onto the Harmandir Sahib took the life of the martyr Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, as well as thousands of innocent Sikh men, women and children, in May 1988, the Harmandir Sahib was once again targeted by an Indian government determined to drive out the continuing resistance against the deepening oppression of Sikhs across the Punjab. Over the course of a few days, over 1,000 Special Action Group commandos arrived in Amritsar and laid siege to the temple complex. However, having learned from the mistakes of Operation Blue Star, where tanks and weapons blasted the complex into near ruins, murdering countless innocent pilgrims, the operation was significantly less violent, and this time most of the Sikh resistance fighters eventually surrendered to avoid further bloodshed. The operation was claimed by many to have broken the back of the Sikh resistance. But the truth, as time has revealed, tells a very different story. Just 2 years earlier, on that same site, the following historic words were issued by the Panth Khalsa. On this auspicious day, from the holy Akal Takht Sahib, it is hereby declared before all the states, governments, and notifies to them that from today onwards, the Khalsa Panth will have its own home, Khalistan. What followed over the next decade was India's brutal response to this bold declaration. Hundreds of thousands of young Sikh men disappeared in a wave of extrajudicial killings, perpetrated by a state determined to drive the movement into dust. And thus, Khalistan militancy faded away. However, the wisdom and foresight of the Panth Khalsa's carefully chosen words within that original declaration have proved in time more powerful than at first realised. No one is our enemy, and no one is stranger to us, all our brethren. We are not interested in creating any upheaval or in shedding undue blood, and we expect the same from others too. India's brutal suppression of militancy did not kill the dream of Khalistan, but instead nurtured and grew it. The Khalistan movement today is stronger than ever because, as through the words of the declaration, it realised its power was not through violence, but through its enduring belief in a peaceful, democratic process to realise the dream of a sovereign Sikh nation. Whilst India still clings desperately onto the old, failing tactic of labelling Khalistanis as violent terrorists, the world has come to realise otherwise. Today's Khalistan warriors are not soldiers or so-called terrorists bearing arms. They are politicians, campaigners, activists, and just simple believers in the community, from all levels of society, united in the belief that peaceful democratic process will deliver Khalistan. And again, the words of the original Khalsa Panth Declaration 36 years ago still reverberate powerfully into the modern globalist world. The Khalsa Panth demands political recognition of Khalistan from all the powers of the world, especially America, England, Pakistan, China, Canada, and others. As the world's great democracies face up to India's growing authoritarianism, one by one, they too are starting to echo that same message to the ruling elite of India. Democracy demands the recognition of Khalistan. You've been watching Satluj TV News. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below, or indeed drop us a direct message at message@satlujtv.com. We'd like to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satluj TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.